What's up everybody, in this video I'm comparing the iPhone 12 mini with the iPhone XR. The iPhone 12 mini was released in October of 2020, while the iPhone XR was released in September of 2018. The iPhone 12 mini is a 5G capable device, while the iPhone XR is a 4G LTE device. The overall size of the iPhone 12 mini is 5 inches tall, around 2.5 inches wide, 0.3 inches thick. iPhone XR is almost 6 inches tall, 3 inches wide, and 0.33 inches thick. So if you want a pocketable device, the iPhone 12 mini is very, very small. iPhone XR has a nice big screen, and it's a big, hefty device if you have big hands or if you just like having that heft in a cell phone. The weight of the 12 mini is 4.76 ounces, which is feather light. The iPhone XR has a substantial 6.8 ounces. Overall build quality are good on both fronts. Glass front, glass back aluminum frame on the 12 mini. iPhone XR glass front, glass back aluminum frame as well, so both of these will feel very good in the hand. Both of these phones have an eSIM built in, which means you don't need a physical SIM card to activate service. You can do it straight from the device. And that also serves as a secondary SIM card, so you can have 2 different phone numbers, 2 different data plans at the same time. Both of these phones have dust and water resistance. You got IP68 on the iPhone 12 mini. You have IP67 on the XR. You get to dunk the iPhone 12 mini up to 6 meters in water for 30 minutes, and the XR up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. So you get a Super Retina display on the 12 mini, a Liquid Retina IPS display on the XR, 5.4 inches of screen display on the iPhone 12 mini, 6.1 inch display on the iPhone XR, 85% screen to body ratio on the mini, 79% on the XR. So an overall bigger screen size on the XR, more sleek, and really small bezels on the 12 mini. Resolution: the 12 mini has a 1080p Full HD display. The iPhone XR has a resolution of 828 by 1792 pixels. When you break it down to PPI, the 12 mini has 476, which is very, very good. Anything in the 400s is great, while the XR has 326, which is average, but it's still very nice. For the software, iOS is 14 on both of these. The 12 mini launched with iOS 14, the XR launched with iOS 12, so the iPhone XR is running the same newer software as the newer 12 mini, and you'll get several years of updates on both of these. The chipset on the iPhone 12 mini is the A14. iPhone XR has the A12. Both are powerful chipsets. Here in 2021, you won't see difference in performance in either of these. They're both snappy, although you're going to get a few more better years out of the Bionic as time goes on, but that's years from now. As for the internal storage, both of these start off at 64 gigs of internal storage, which is good for most people. I think there'll be a small percentage that will have to upgrade to the 128 gigabyte model, but 64 should be good if you're good at cleaning out your old videos and pictures and stuff like that. The 12 mini in the RAM department has 4 gigs of RAM, and the iPhone XR has 3 gigs of RAM. Right now, it's not a problem with having lower amount of RAM on the XR. Both of these are run very, very snappy. Later on in the life of these phones, in a few years from now, that's when you'll notice that you're gonna need that extra amount of RAM. So the iPhone 12 mini will probably outlast the XR, but that's later down the road. Right now, they're both very, very good at holding apps in the background. The amount of RAM also kind of dictates how many updates you get on the software, so keep that in mind. Just one thing to know, 64 gigs in the broad spectrum of smartphones and Android phones in general, 64 gigs is kind of small nowadays. A lot of lower end, cheaper priced phones start off at 128 gigs, so 64 gigs is kind of getting long in the tooth for iPhones. For the camera, the 12 mini has a double shooter in the back, 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide. iPhone XR has a single 12 megapixel camera. Both of these phones can record in 4K. So both of these are awesome at taking videos and taking pictures. You'll be very happy with both. You just have a little bit of that bonus feature with that ultra wide camera on the 12 mini. But both of these are excellent at taking pictures and video. There's almost no real difference. You'll be happy with both the quality of these phones with their camera systems. For the selfie camera system, the 12 mini has a 12 megapixel shooter. iPhone XR has a 7 megapixel shooter. 12 mini for the video, it can shoot up to 4K. iPhone XR can shoot up to 1080p. So you get a little bit better quality on the iPhone 12 mini. Neither of these have the headphone jack, but both of them do offer stereo speakers. You need a dongle if you want to connect a mic or your physical headphones, or the one that came with your XR when it first came out. But nowadays, Apple's not even including headphones in their packaging. So yeah, you're probably gonna have to get a dongle if you want to connect anything physically. For wireless, these phones are great. They have Bluetooth 5.0 that will connect to your smartwatch, such as your Apple Watch, your smart band, your wireless headphones, such as your AirPods, and wireless speakers and all that stuff. These will work just fine. They both have NFC, which basically is mostly used for Apple Pay. And they both have the Lightning port for charging. You got Face ID for both of these phones for unlocking and security, and they work very, very well. Might be just a tad bit faster on the iPhone 12 mini, but not by much. It also has ultra wideband on the phone, though. That means it's usually used for precise location. Not a lot of people should worry about this. It's not really well implemented yet. But for battery, the iPhone 12 mini has a 2200 milliamp battery. The iPhone XR has a close to 3000 milliamp battery. The iPhone 12 mini has a smaller battery, but the overall size, it matches the overall size of the phone, which should get you most of the day battery life. Not really impressive. The iPhone XR definitely is impressive. It's the first iPhone to launch that had really good battery life, and considering it is a bigger device and it has a bigger screen, that's kind of impressive. Both of these phones offer fast charging. It'll give you 50% charge in 30 minutes, which is good. 12 mini gives you that MagSafe charging along with wireless charging, and the iPhone XR has just regular wireless Qi charging. So after going through the specs of these phones, the one thing I haven't touched on is price. Both of these are very, very good phones if you don't even talk about the price. But when it comes down to pricing and value, the iPhone XR wins hands down. Full price, the iPhone 12 mini will cost you more than $700. If you get it fully unlocked, it's $730 straight from Apple. The iPhone XR, Apple sells it for $500. And if you get it on prepaid, let's say on Cricket, for example, you can get it for $250 at the time of this video. And for used iPhone XRs, you can also get them in the $250 range. So you're getting a lot of value from the iPhone XR. It has great battery life, has a big, nice screen. The iPhone 12 mini is great for people that just want a pocketable device and that has 5G. And that extra camera on the back if you want those ultra wide camera shots. But other than that, both of these phones run the same software and they feel very similar to each other. One's just bigger and the other one is nice and lighter and newer. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.